Julian Assange has had his human rights removed, and if they'll do it to him, they'll do it to you, to silence you, to protect their rackets and their crimes. And if people don't care, they can continue to get on with it. And it's very important we all stand up for his human rights, because we're also standing up for our own human rights.
I'd like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the original owners, inhabitants and custodians of this fine land, and give my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. Thank you. Thank you very much. Julian Assange has been in Belmarsh prison, the harshest, highest security prison facility in the United Kingdom, otherwise known as Britain's Guantanamo Bay. He's been there since April 2019. For over 3.5 years, he's languished in appalling conditions, not getting proper medical care, with very little access to his lawyers or his family. Very little humanity is being shown to him. The only support he's receiving there is from the other inmates, who recognise the valour of this fine individual, this fine Australian individual. He's one of us, guys. Aren't we supposed to stand up for one of ours? You know, he's an Aussie, born in Townsville. The best journalist of the era. Yes! The only journalist that publishes a 100% truth. He's been challenged many, many times in courts of law, challenging the validity of his releases. He has been successful in every one of those cases. He's never told a lie. And that is why the deep state are so scared of this man. That is why the deep state has spent over $4 billion, yes, billion, that's 9 noughts, $4 billion getting him behind bars. Taxpayers' money, US taxpayers' money. Outrageous, absolutely outrageous. And they continue to persecute him. Yes. Yes.
Can I sign it?
Louder.
Can I sign it? We love Gorga.
Free, free. Free, free. Come on, I can't hear anybody. Free, free.
Yes.
Julian Assange.
Free, free, free.
Julian Assange.
Free, free.
Julian Assange.
Free, free.
Inmate. Julian Assange. There is only one decision.
Yes.
There is only one decision.
Come on, Biden. Let him go.
Yeah, come on, Biden. Come on, Albo.
Yes, yes.
Come on, Sunak. Look, they're puppets, folks.
She was my customer.
They're scared stiff. They don't want to make a move.
Don't poach his customer.
Albo was being
Did you see
quite
that?
bold
He
the other
poached
day when he
Got it
mentioned
all
Julian
on
in
camera.
Parliament.
I had that one. I got her head to turn.
We all, you know, I think he wants us to think that he's going to get Julian out by Christmas. We will not give up on Julian Assange. He has done the world a great, great service. We should be very proud of our boy, born in Townsville. Good on you, Julian.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Oi.
Max power, I'm about to go bigger and better. If I ever lose, set it on faster than ever. If I ever lose, set it on bigger and better. Even roller coaster come bigger, harder, faster. Going to the maximum, going to the maximum, going to the maximum, bigger, harder, faster. Going to the maximum, bigger, harder, faster.
All the talk that people go on with that Julian is not a real journalist, or that's the claim. What is interesting to me about that is that it's not just a case of, oh, he doesn't work for the establishment media, therefore he can't be a real journalist. That seems to be the argument. I think you've got to look at it more deeply than that. Julian is a real journalist, despite the fact that he may not work for the established media, whomever they may be. We all know who they are. And the reason why he's a real journalist is you have to look more about what media writing and all that sort of thing is. I mean, you look at Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson said he would much prefer to have, if he had a choice, newspapers without government rather than government without newspapers. So really, when you think about it, you know, the journalists who do war, the only way they can cover war is if they're embedded into the military itself. So if you have media people, writers, journalists who, you know, obtain information from a war zone and they're not embedded into the military, well, that's a good thing. That's more along Jeffersonian lines, that he would prefer journalists without government rather than government without journalists. And I mean, I think you need to look at the allegations that Julian is not a real journalist as being false allegations, and you need to think more broadly about what the media is and think more broadly about what it means to be a media person or a journalist or a writer and that sort of thing. It means having guts and having courage of your convictions and believing in making the world a better place. That's what Julian Assange is all about, and that's really important.
Sign the petition, ma'am.
Did you read?
Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon. Free Julian Assange.
Who's what? Who's doing what?
It's a big plaza.
Go, Joseph. Go, Joseph. Go, Joseph. Oh,
Steve, sorry.
free Julian Assange.
Free Julian! Free Julian!
Hi folks, welcome to the 161st week of Julian Assange Sydney Town Hall gatherings. The job of corrupt governments is to hide their systemic corruption. The job of corrupt media is to distract and divert people away from the systemic corruption. Julian Assange made it his job to work in the public interest and expose systemic corruption so everyone could be made aware of it. The job of corrupt governments is to silence and persecute those who expose systemic corruption. The job of corrupt media is to demonize anyone who successfully exposes systemic corruption. The job of ordinary people is to show resistance to those responsible for perpetrating systemic corruption. Don't trust the government or the media on anything. They are all corrupt. They are not worthy of anyone's trust. We must make a stand to defeat those who are corrupt. For more than 12 years, dishonest governments have demonstrated their corruption by persecuting Julian Assange. In response to his publishing of copious amounts of evidence showing systemic corruption, Julian has been detained without charge for more than 12 years. The US wants to punish Julian for publishing the truth about their crimes. For over 12 years, the mainstream media have demonstrated their corruption by amplifying fake news, which has undermined Julian's public support. For 12 years, Julian Assange supporters have tried to inform the general public to make Julian's freedom a priority in the minds of everyday people. We haven't managed that yet. But if we wish to overcome systemic corruption, the wider public must be involved in the effort to free Julian Assange. We cannot keep repeating the errors of the recent past. We shouldn't place our hope in prominent leaders. Prominent leaders are likely to be controlled opposition who owe their prominence to assistance from a corrupt media. We must stop being influenced by thought leaders who do nothing to bring about the unity we need if we are to overcome systemic corruption. We must stay with the truth. With truth as a foundation, we will be able to build a movement that is truly viable. We must not give up on ourselves. We must resist the idea that there are people better equipped than us working in secret to save us. We must resist the idea that pleading with our corrupt government will bring about important change. We must resist the idea that there is nothing that any of us can do to bring about important change. Apathy will achieve nothing. We must have faith in ourselves and our ability to transmit the truth to others. When we concentrate our efforts on the available truth, we are more likely to be successful. Communication of the truth is always good for humanity. Human societies move in positive directions when truth provides the basis of cooperation. In contrast, lies tend to lead to disasters, wars, and atrocities. We must wake up to the lies of the government, media, and the corporatocracy. People wake up to lies when people are in possession of the truth. We must all be open to learning the truth. We must all spread the truth. We must challenge lies. Truth is our power. Corruption will be defeated by everyone knowing the truth. With WikiLeaks, Julian started a democratic revolution based on people having the opportunity to know the truth. We must recognise we have the power to bring about a real democracy. By standing up for Julian Assange, we stand up for humanity and we stand up for the democracy humanity needs. Free, free Julian Assange. Free, free Julian Assange. Free, free Julian Assange. Thank you.
Those sorts of formations.
The ones who wear funny hats
Oh.
and have their hair on this.
Merry Christmas, and I hope 2023 brings Julian home.